The conservatives are saying where liberalism has gone wrong is in removing responsibility and with it meaning. Okay,
Yeah.
meaning in life. One of the common criticisms is that you get meaning in life from participation community. The conservatives usually mean churches, but community at large. Then from family and from work. But once you remove these three basic sources of meaning, a conservative would argue, and I think there is something to it. You end up with an aimless and possibly even anxious and depressed individual
Yeah.
with nothing to do. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, this criticism isn't all that new. I mean, you can go back and look at Christopher Lasch and thinkers, 30, 40 years ago that were trying to talk about this, or in a more recent book by a guy named Bromley, talks about the problem of possessive individualism, and let alone Patrick Deneen or any of these other ones that people in maybe Washington, D.C. know more about. So it's kind of an old criticism. I keep on wondering what they mean by irresponsible behavior, though. I mean, I can agree to some of the issues, but also other ones of what they count. I think one of the real important things to realize is that there's no great to go back to, because various different people that their behavior was considered irresponsible in the past actually are human beings that should be accorded dignity and respect for the choices that they're making and the pain that they suffer. And so, if you're a woman in 1920 who has a lot of her choices restricted from her, there's no great to go back to 1920 to 1970. I doubt any of my students would want to live the life that my grandmother lived, and having to go through that. And on the other hand, if you're a gay man, going back to 1950s, not so great, right? I
No.
mean, what kind of rights would that be?